on.
That w15 is tough to come back from.
Yeah, it is. Colorado, I think the cards I wiped are different than the one you just gave me.
Shoot, what did I see the night before Thanksgiving?
Oh, because of COVID. COVID. You sit here and just rumble farts.
Work out. Take them batteries out for a second.
Zoom, 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 and a zoom, zoom. Just shake your arm.
Oh, Chris Brennan. Chris Brennan is a loyal fan, loyal watcher.
You know what Twisted
Tie is cracking. Oh, here we are, folks. It's Twisted Picks, Season 5, Week 15. Fantasy playoff time.
Yeah, congratulations to if you made it, if you didn't, that Tuesday feeling, 15 weeks in.
For those that don't know, big shout out. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. The Owl and Twisted Tie back here have been grinding on tech. Rick Stoller and I don't do tech, so big shout outs to those guys for handling the tech.
A little bit of technical difficulties, a little bit of sound, a little memory card, but you know, Big Bear cooked up some meat and we took care of business.
I'm just the host, people. I don't do tech. I think Big Bear led the way last week with a 3-1.
Yep. We're back. We are 6-1-1 in the past 2 weeks. Guys, it's mountaintops and valleys. Mountaintops and valleys.
9-7 week from the group.
Yep, winning record this week. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. We're going to go to Santa Clara. The Rams at the Niners. A lot going on with these two teams over the last couple weeks. Niners are at home, favored in this one, -2.5. And the over-under is 49. Is this the Owls game?
This is my game.
Owl likes putting those Niners on the board.
There's a couple of games that have huge playoff implications, and I feel like this is obviously one of them. I think the loser of this game is pretty much eliminated from contention, and so I think that it's a good game to talk about for that reason. So Niners are coming off of arguably their best game of the season, albeit against the Bears, and the Rams are coming off of just an absolute pummeling of Seattle, was it?
No, they played Buffalo.
Or Buffalo.
Close
Buffalo.
game. High scoring.
Sorry, I thought Josh Allen scored. Yeah, he scored 6 touchdowns.
He had a couple Don Julio shots on Sunday.
Important stats you need to know. So first one is that the Niners, just like the Packers stat I gave you last week, the Niners are 2-7 against teams with a winning record, and Stafford is 10-1 in games in December as he's playing for the Rams. So that being said, I think that the Niners just have too many injuries to overcome. I think they're on their 4th-string running back. As much as I want to take the Niners here because I do have them winning the division and little sprinkle for some good value, I think this is going to be the nail in the coffin, so I'm going to take the Rams in this one.
Owl says Rams. Twisted Tie.
Big game. Big game. I'm going to first shout out Mama Joan.
Yep.
Thank you for the tickets. I'm bringing Sherrill.
Ooh.
It's going to be the best game he's ever seen. Nice and
That
close.
makes me want to take the Niners.
It makes me want to take the Niners,
Sherrill
too.
in the house.
Sherrill's in the house. Rams came off one of the best games where Josh Allen won the MVP in a loss. And everyone's going to want to bet the Rams, which really makes me want to bet the Niners. But the total's 49. I'm just going for a good game here. Let's go with the over. Over 49. 49ers.
I saw this spread, and you say this is something you shouldn't do in the NFL, but you immediately say Bills smoked the Niners, and then the Rams beat the Bills. Mm-hmm. How could the Niners be favored in this game? It doesn't make sense. But you shouldn't do that in the NFL because that'll lose you some money. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to do it right now. This game's all Rams. Niners are a hurt team. They won one game against the Bears. I don't see it at all. Rams are going to come in there and win the game.
Listen, a lot of people are talking around the league and going, hey, just beat the Niners, Rams. We don't want to see these guys in playoffs. They're not a team you want to see in the playoffs.
We're back.
Let's keep this episode going.
Yeah.
So
Here we go.
Gauges.
Kansas City at Cleveland. This is Big Bear's game. He keeps putting those Chiefs on the board. It seems like their games have been more of a toss-up than ever when it comes to the spread, but he wants it. Kansas City -4, over under 45.5 at Cleveland.
Doink to win.
big toss-up with Kansas City. We got Cleveland. We got Jameis. I love this game. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be fun. It's fun to bet on. We got 45.5. It's an over-under. I personally think Kansas City comes in and handles business. Again, I know they've been winning close games, but I think the whole Jameis allure is starting to wear off. So I'm going Kansas City -4.
I'm looking at the weather because there is no dome. There is no questionable ceiling. This is outdoors.
It's cold.
That's going to be 45. Going to be quite nice. There's no problem with the weather. None. I don't really have too many notes on this other than the fact that like Kansas City has just won like close game after close game after close game after close game. Again, the Devil's on their side, and the Devil is on their side until they get to the playoffs. So we're going to keep riding with the Devil. Kansas
Yeah,
City.
because, the Devils stopped them in the playoffs the last couple times.
Hey, it's okay. Don't be upset.
Sarcastic. Kansas City, Twisted Tie.
Maybe the only way to stop them is a consensus.
Consensus last week. Almost 2.
This is tough. Like Big Bear was kind of saying, I love Jameis Winston, and I've been on the wrong side of every single one of his games. When I think he's going to be bad, he's good. When he's good, he's bad, blah, blah, blah. Kansas City, -4. You never want to bet on a spread over a field goal, and they got the black magic. You know they're going to win. 45.5. I have no idea what to do with that number. I'm going to go with Kansas City, -4. Big Bear's been hot. I'm just going to ride him.
Oh,
Yeah, boys, this is not going to be a consensus. This game smells of toss up. Throw your money in the air. It's going to go one way. It's going to go the other. I would never bet on this game. So I got to go total. I mean, Kansas City's going to win, but they're not going to cover like they always do. I should take Cleveland, but I won't. I don't trust Jameis Winston. He's a great story, but he's not a good quarterback. He throws picks all the time. So I'm going to go under. I'm just going to look for some cold weather under here.
It is hard to play in
That's all I got to
Cleveland.
say. Shout out Gigi Stoll and Mike Stoll. LPGA. I mean, unbelievable.
that's the story of the week. Gigi Stoll.
Get it done.
Huge LPGA.
Mike Stoll's just drinking Long Island iced tea somewhere.
We're
We
good.
got Pittsburgh at Philadelphia. And that's going to be my game, all Pennsylvania. I've talked a lot about how I hate the Steelers. But seeing what's happening with Philadelphia over the last week, we've got some inner turmoil. AJ Green talking smack about Jalen Hurts. And I'm going to go with my boy Russ to cook a little bit.
AJ Green.
Whatever. What's his name?
AJ Brown.
Whatever. That's a Brad mistake if I've ever seen one.
It is. I love it.
Russ is going to cook. I'm going Steelers plus the points. Philadelphia's not ready to cover this one.
42.5. I know Pittsburgh's defense has been a story for some time, but these teams have been putting up some points against Pittsburgh as of late from what I can recollect. So I'm taking over 42.5 here. I think there's going to be some points scored. You want to talk about a toss-up. I think Pittsburgh could come out and win this thing outright pretty easily, as can Philly. So I'm definitely not touching a spread, going over 42.5.
Let's see here. My note basically is it's Christmas season, and one of the decent Christmas movies out there is Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh, I like that one.
And fun fact
tree.
about that, yeah, it was from 1965, which is the last time that Pittsburgh won in Philadelphia. So they're 0-10 since then in Philly, and Tomlin is 0-3 in those games, so it's not a Tomlin thing. And so I think that's going to continue. We're going to go ahead and take Philly to continue Philly dominance. They throw snowballs at Santa Claus. They can go ahead and beat Russ. So that's where we're going with that, Philly.
All right.
How'd that fit into the Peanuts Christmas?
1965 was the last time that Pittsburgh won in Philadelphia.
Oh, and that was when the Peanuts Christmas came out?
Yeah.
Wow, that was a great tie-in, actually.
All right. I've had a theory on the Steelers since the beginning of the year. Sometimes just words come out of my mouth and I spout things that I kind of forget, but I wish I would have followed up on this thought. I think that Pittsburgh, their team is so good defensively that they're going to win 3 out of 4 games every month. They've already lost a game this month. We're taking Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh? Yeah, baby, let's go. All right, we got 2 Pittsburghs, a Philly, and an over?
Yeah.
That's what we got there?
That's what we got.
All right, our final game of the week is going to take us to the afternoon in Denver, Colorado. Twisted Tie has put this one on the board, which will make the Clapper very happy. And it's Denver -4 at home against Indy, over under 44. Twisted Tie.
Yep, mile high.
Twisted Tie, mile high. That's a good.
Bono's ball.
Bo-nose ball. I'm going to just fight everything that I've said this year about Bo not knowing ball, and I'm going to go Bo-nose ball.
You put this on to say Bo knows ball.
-4.
Whoop.
That's
a
how bad I've been.
revelation.
That's how bad I've been.
Unbelievable. Well, I mean, took the words out of my mouth. Cheers, buddy. Bo knows ball. Bo knows ball. Yes, Bo. Indianapolis, not a great team. At home, Denver, we're getting it done. Bo knows ball. Fired up. Portland something. Is that his name?
Yeah, that is his name. Peanut?
They got a good defense, too.
Or whatever his name is. Peanut.
Denver, they're looking good for playoffs, correct?
They're looking good for playoffs. They have a strong defense.
Charlie Brown Christmas, baby. You making a pick on this game there, Big Bear?
Yeah. Indy's been playing a little better lately. I think they squeaked out a win last week. I just don't see there being many points in this game. This is definitely one I like both. I like Denver -4. I like under 44. Probably a same game parlay situation. Maybe a same game teaser situation. But you know what? We need a consensus this week, and I know my boy the Owl loves Clapper, so he's going to go Denver -4. Let's go Denver -4 and make it a consensus.
Hey, we would have had 2 consensuses last week if
What happened? I don't remember which one you guys are talking about.
Seattle, Arizona. We all took Seattle.
Yeah,
and the last
I should have
person.
gone Seattle. But
Should
you guys won, so
We did.
be happy. You're right, but you did tease something that I was leaning towards in this pick, or that I think I'm going with, which I'm actually going to take the under in this game. The reason I'm going to take the under in this game...
You said you were right.
No, he was right, but he was talking about the under. And the reason I'm going to take the under is that the city of Denver is going to be heartbroken after Saturday's Heisman announcement when Genty steals the Heisman from Hunter.
There's no way.
No, he's not, but he should.
No.
Hunter's overrated. He doesn't
Really?
deserve the Blitnikoff. That goes to Nick Nash, the greatest receiver in college football. But so they're going to be sad. They're going to be sad when or they're going to be hungover because they're celebrating some college guy. Either way, I'm going to take the under in this game. Denver's going to win, but I'm going to take the under. 'Cause why not?
Respectfully, I think that was the worst opinion pick you've had in 5 years on this show.
On the under?
Just the whole thing.
I've lost a lot of games in this show.
There's no way that
lot.
was worse.
I mean, they're too hung over from celebrating a college player.
Random.
They were too busy throwing it to.
Random bets, folks. Our man's streak here last week,
Wiggins or whatever his
9
name
in a row, was stopped by Josh Jacobs missing by half a yard.
Unbelievable.
Tough.
He scored 3 touchdowns, but he missed his yards by half a yard. He had well over half of it in the first half. Slowed down a little. Basically, all his runs in the second half were touchdowns.
Let's just have a little moment of silence for 9 in a row.
9 in a row and half a yard from 10. Silence. Go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of hinted at the importance of the first game, the Niner game, and so I think that we could see ourselves a shootout. And so I've got this one seems really too good to be true, but I'm going to take it. Matt Stafford over 275 passing yards for plus 200. That value is just way too good at that number. So I'm taking it. He's
Thursday Night Football.
Puka Nacua is unstoppable.
Stafford 275, 200.
That's correct. I'll pull that up for
A
you.
little too good to be true. Brad gets his lines from some garage, and we get ours from real sites.
On the same site Casey uses.
I got him at 250 for minus 135.
Brad, that's grinder.com.
Gotta grind your bets.
Twisted tie.
Well,
Can you just pick one, guys?
we have talked about the NFC West week after week after week. This team needs to win. This team wins. And then we all look stupid because at the end they all have the same record. We're going Cardinals over the Patriots.
Cardinals
Money line.
over the Patriots. Money line. Hey, folks, last week I gave you Tua and Saquon over. They both hit. And we haven't talked about the NFC North at all this week. We have a big Lions-Bills game. That's going to be a big one. I'm worried about my Lions, man. And then we got a big Green Bay-Seattle game, which you guys keep saying that Rams-Niners game is big. But if Seattle wins, that kind of deems that game a little more irrelevant. That's a big one as well. And then we've got the Minnesota Vikings, who are, 12-2, 11-2?
Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
That song goes.